Hi, welcome. It's Melissa here with the Healthy Being by Melissa channel. And today's topic, I want to address lymphatic congestion and lymphedema and swelling of the limbs and extremities specific to weather changes. So it's the changing of the seasons that can cause a lot of individuals who are holding a lot of excess fluid in their arms, their legs, and even the middle part of their body to have an experience of swelling, congestion of the lymphatic system, tightness of the actual limb or extremity, and sometimes it can be so extreme that it causes pain and will cause even sometimes a muscular related kind of thumping. So what I want to do as a lymphatic drainage therapist is I want to communicate some ways that you can help minimize the fluid retention. But first, I like to break down the root cause and the reason why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. First of all, it's not in your mind. I work with a lot of folks that get really frustrated. They come to me because they've seen their doctors and they're explaining to them how they're having swelling and they're having all this pain. They sometimes get diagnosed as having fibromyalgia or some sort of autoimmune disorder. Not that those are not real disorders, they are, but often my clients get miscategorized. So they get really frustrated and they don't feel like there's any validation to how they're feeling. So I want to, one, validate how you're feeling. You are not alone, and this is unfortunately very common. The major issue that's happening is when there are major changes in the temperature. So any type of switch from season to season, or when we have a cold front or warm front coming through. Individuals actually will experience changes to their body from a pressure perspective. So if you are watching your daily news channel and the weather man or a meteorologist is talking about the dew point, the barometric pressure, that all has a factor and plays a certain role in how your body, specifically your lymphatic system, is experiencing fluid and the movement of fluid. So when we have a high-low change or a dip in temperature, and usually it's triggered by rain. So I'm here in Florida, and most of you know we have lots of thunderstorms and we have lots of wet, rainy, seasonal changes. That usually will trigger many of my clients to experience a lot of swelling. That swelling can cause significant changes in their ability to be mobile. It can mess with their heads because they're feeling like they're swollen and they don't know why. Nothing's changed. Nothing you've eaten has changed. No dietary changes, like you haven't added any more salt, you've stayed away from soda, you're doing all the good things and kind of draining the lymphatics by eating pineapple and drinking ginger tea. If you've seen my other videos, check down below because I recommend some really great things for you to do. But if you've done all that and nothing changes or it gets worse, the thing I want you to do is to be aware of the barometric pressure. So when this happens, there are many things that you can actually do to prevent it. So you have to be kind of your own meteorologist. For my clients that experience the swelling and even my clients that are arthritic, you become like the weather vane. You become the indicator of the weather changes. And usually you'll feel it before it's coming on. So, you know, it's not the onset and the major dip that triggers the immediacy. It's something that can kind of build up, or you can start to feel like a few days before it actually happens. When this occurs, there's a few things that I recommend. If you're having swelling of an extremity, say down your arm or down your leg, you can actually break out compression garments. And I'll list some websites down below that I recommend and that I use for my clients. But you can actually go to sleep in some compression wear. Moderate compression wear, not the kind of therapeutic compression wear. A company that I really love and recommend is called Tommy Copper, Tommy Copper, Copper. Actually, I think it's Tommie. I'll confirm it. I'll put it down below. So check down below for some of my links. But Tommy Copper is a great resource. So what that does, wearing compression therapy or compression garments, it helps to minimize the actual limb expansion. And it's really one of the only ways to kind of limit the expansion and the fluid retention, apart from making some internal changes. Sometimes it's not possible. So my clients, they go on homeopathy, they do herbal remedies, and those are all recommendations that I provide a lot of my clients that I work with on a one-on-one individual basis via Skype or in-person consultations. But if you've done all of that and you're drinking ginger tea and you're consuming a lot of bromelain, either by capsule or by getting a lot of pineapple juice and fresh pineapple into your diet, and you're not experiencing a change, it might take a little bit of a stronger kind of approach. So the compression therapy, compression wrapping is really key. And the other thing that I recommend, and I'll be posting a video specific to the actual use of castor oil therapy, but castor oil wraps can be very helpful for my clients that just need to kind of get over that hurdle or get over the edge of the extreme swelling or congestion. So if this is something that you're dealing with, or you're not sure why you're swelling, and you start to kind of journal or catalog those changes, I guarantee, and I would put money on this, that you probably are experiencing some of those changes with the barometric pressure and the high and low weather pattern changes. Usually it's triggered by thunderstorm or even up north snowstorms, but those extreme changes can cause swelling and congestion within the lymphatic system that then will give you issues. One of the things that you can do that I think is wonderful, there's actually two things I'm going to leave you with today. The first thing, right before you go to bed, so you're in bed and you're laying straight down, face up, is when you have your feet laying straight out, you just kind of do this movement where you move them back and forth. And it's actually your whole foot, your ankle, your whole entire lower leg, all the way straight to your hip. So just keep it straight and do this kind of fluttering action where you're moving your foot and your leg in and out, in and out, in and out. That actually causes a pumping action to the lymphatic system. You can do that before you wake up in the morning as well, and right before you go to bed. It's usually, those are going to be signs where you're going to notice when you wake up, you kind of have that swelling. So that's one thing. The second thing that I like to recommend is to kind of do a little bit of a jumping action, almost like jumping jacks, where you are forcing a valve opening of the lymphatics. Some of my clients get rebounders. I'll have a video on that, check down below. But doing jumping jacks actually causes this kind of weightless force that as you're moving up and down, you're forcing the lymphatic vessels to open and to contract and to move the fluid. So try those things. But again, I wanted to kind of address some of the reasons why folks that have swelling kind of randomly, or there's an onset post-surgical, some sort of trigger, be it an allergic reaction, or sometimes it does accompany the autoimmune disorders. But if that's something that you experience and you need additional help, I do consultations, individual one-on-one work with folks to really drill down exactly what's going on with them. But I hope that's been helpful. But do know you're not alone. This is really common. It's more common than you would even realize. I wish I didn't have to say that or admit that, but it's true. There's a lot of individuals that deal with swelling and lymphatic congestion that our medical community is not totally tuned into. So that's my information for you today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more information and more videos here. Have a great day.